From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LALATE.
It's a big evening here on Evenings LA with incredible great news about your forced stimulus check updated 2021. In this recording, we're going to go over how much you get, when you get it, and all the incredible details. We'll turn to the breaking deal that the president consummated in the forced stimulus this weekend. And then we'll be turning to this stimulus that heats up this fall that raises your benefits up if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, and more, and the new benchmark that they're going to use. Then the middle of this recording, we go to the thousands of dollars the viewers continue to get, and it's your opportunity to get this coming week. It's a big day. It's a big evening. I'm really excited for you. As we go into this evening, there's a lot of breaking news, and I have it all for you, starting right now on Evenings LA. It's a beautiful Sunday night here in Southern California, Santa Monica. Hope you are having a beautiful day. Tell me where you're tuning in from and how the weather is. It's been perfect here in LA. It was a little bit warm, but very, very sunny. So tell me where you're tuning in from and how's the weather, and I hope you had a beautiful weekend. Boy, there's a lot of exciting news in the forced stimulus check updated 2021 tonight. We'll be going over the stimulus check, how much you're going to get, when you're going to get it, all the incredible details you need to know. And then we'll be turning to the breaking news as the president consummates a major deal in the forced stimulus package this weekend. Then we'll be turning to fifth stimulus as it heats up this fall, raising your benefits up if you're on SSI and SSDI, veterans benefits and other benefits, and then the big money that viewers continue to get. Thousands of dollars, it's your opportunity to get it as well. And how are you? This is LALATE, the only 24-hour a day, 7 days a week financial news channel, live on air in the morning, taped in the afternoons and evenings. I'm next back with you on Evenings Crypto, which comes up right after this show at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Right after this show is Overnights Crypto, and both videos take you automatically into the next one. Just stay here when the video's over, and it takes you into the next one. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record in 1 year. Next stop, 1 million. Subscribe right now. Aren't you part of this family? Also, like this video. 1,000 likes, 2,000 likes. It really helps in the algorithm ranking, and consider becoming a member. Let's get right into that forced stimulus check by going through the House bill and the Senate proposal. The House bill provides a stimulus check for the remainder of the pandemic plus 1 year. And then that compares against the Senate proposal, which is a monthly stimulus check just for less months. So let's compare them one at a time. The House bill provides a stimulus check for the remainder of the pandemic plus 1 year, while the Senate plan provides a stimulus check from July to December. Let's look at the monthly amounts. The House bill provides $2,000 the first month, $1,000 thereafter. The Senate bill provides an amount unknown, but word on the street is it's this. Wow. Now that's incredible. $2,000 a month over 6 months, $12,000, or $1,400 over 6 months, $8,400. Now, if you're on the live chat just after 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, get ready to vote House or Senate. Tell me where you're tuning in from. But first, let's go over one fascinating detail, which is the macroeconomics that may impact Jalopal's House bill. Pandemic plus 1 year. Some legislators think that the bill would get reduced to 1 year because the pandemic may be over for legislative purposes when they call the vote. That would amount to 12 months of stimulus checks or $13,000, which amounts to this in comparison. So $13,000 over 12 months versus this over 6 months? Which one do you like now? Vote in the live chat, or if you're watching this video later in the evening, House or Senate. Vote right now. House or Senate, which one you like. And also tell me where you're tuning in from and how's the weather. Let's go over the other details you need to know about this forced stimulus check starting right now. First, who gets a forced stimulus check? You do. Same eligibility as third stimulus check, $75,000 or less, you get the forced stimulus check. Married couple, $150,000 or less, you get the forced stimulus check. Just double it. A household 4 or less, you get the forced stimulus check. Just quadruple it. And then if you're on benefits, congratulations, you get the forced stimulus check. SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, you get the forced stimulus check. The forced stimulus check is not taxable, so it would not be is not income because it's not taxable because it's not income. The forced stimulus check would not come in waves as a monthly stimulus check. It's not waivable. High check? No, it doesn't work. The forced stimulus check would be the same for everyone because you are all the same, aren't you? For people who are adult dependents and minor dependents, everyone would be getting the same stimulus check. And then the forced stimulus check would go out in the month of July. They represent the legislators. Their representation, not mine. I only report what they represent. And they represent the vote would come in the month of July. That means the first check would be in the month of July for the month of July, in the month of August for the month of August. And there you go. That is the first of 3 parts of the forced stimulus check update of 2021 in this video. Coming up in the second part, we're going to be going over the big deal the president hatched in forced stimulus package this weekend. It's jaw-dropping. It's wonderful. But first, here's a preview of the second half of this video, which is fifth stimulus. Fifth stimulus heats up this fall. And next week, we're going to see a little bit more about fifth stimulus, namely the benchmark and namely that inflationary rate. We've seen everything from 2 to 6% inflation as the potential number, 2 to 7% inflation as a potential benchmark. But how high will that inflationary benchmark be for fifth stimulus? And how will it raise your benefits up a lot based upon this benchmark? I have all the incredible great details. It's coming up in the second half of this video. But first, let's get some big moolah. Let's get some big moolah, as Sir Lorne would say, because you are owed it. It's third stimulus. It's your money. Why would you not get the biggest amount of money across the board? If you're new to this channel, we cash checks. We don't track checks. We are not donut guys or donut gals. We don't sit around saying, where's my stimulus check? We go get the $5, $10, $15, $20,000 that people are entitled to. And I'm going to show it to you right now. So get that pen ready because I got thousands of dollars to get you starting in just a second. Stay to the very end of this video because there's a lot of money to get. And it starts right now with $350 billion available for you landing from your city, counties, and states this coming week. What is it for? Rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and also homeowners assistance. You know, it sort of feels like we're back in December and November of 2020 because at that time I was getting viewers $250,000 of the same money because we didn't know his second stimulus was going to pass. Sort of feels like right now. And I changed people's lives because I got them $5, $10, $15, $20,000 for rent during the holidays before even second stimulus was passed. It changed their life. And so I want you to do the same. Now with third stimulus money. It's rent, about $5,000 for rent, 4 to 6 months of rent. It's wonderful. Money for utilities, money for mortgage assistance, and monies for homeowners assistance. I want you to get it. What's important to know is each location has different eligibility. So if one says no, don't worry, reach out to the next. In a second, I'm going to give you those 6 locations. Are you ready? All right, here we go. These are the 6 locations you're going to reach out to get the money. City Hall, City Housing Authority. County Hall, County Housing Authority. State Hall, State Housing Authority. The keywords you're going to use is rent assistance because of COVID or mortgage assistance because of COVID. You're not going to say stimulus. They won't know what that word is. And you will also not say double Dutch ice cream because they'll say, sir, we don't carry that flavor. This is the red flavor. You got to choose a different flavor. So you can't say the wrong words. They don't know what you're talking about. I mean, that's how it works here. And so there you go. About $5,000 for rent. Congratulations to Tim and Linda and the countless other viewers who got it. I want you to get this money. I mean, I don't want you to be sitting around tracking the date that a check is going out for stimulus. I want you to be getting this money because it's yours to get. Now, the next pot of money, one viewer killed it 2 nights, 2 mornings ago on Mornings LA, jumped in the live chat, said they're getting $550 a month. Oh boy, that is just killing it. I mean, what is that? $6,000, $7,000 a year? Wow. Lynn Glenn got it for herself, for her son, her mom. Gail got it. What is it? It's Snap. It's wonderful. You want to get it. Let's go over what it is, how you get it, and how much money is it. It is money for your food. It is money for your food from the Department of Agriculture. There's two wonderful executive orders, one from Trump and one from Biden, that raised everyone's SNAP up for 15% between January and December. So go get it. How much is it? It's about $16,000 for a family of four in Hawaii because of those two executive orders. So go get it. Look how we're doing. $16,000 for SNAP for family of four in Hawaii, $5,000 approximately for rent, and we are only 10 minutes into this video. We are killing it, people. We are killing it, and you are too. And we don't go less than an hour without someone saying, I got this and I got that. If you're one of those success stories, drop in the live chat right now or in the or in the comments saying, I got this, whether it's $5 or $5,000, because it inspires other people. It inspires them that you got it, they can get it as well. And if you got it, you can get some more for something else. And it also inspires me because it knows the videos are helping you. The next set of money is a fortune. It's about $5,000 for one viewer. Let's go over what it is. The federal government has identified states as overpaying unemployment benefits to you due to computer malfeasance, and then asking you to return the money, which you did. Well, the federal government has said, no, that was your money to keep. So the federal government has ordered the states to return the money back to you. Wow. So what do you do to get that money? Automatic, don't have to do anything. Goes to the bank account and file you have with the Department of Unemployment. When? Reach out to the respective state. It differs on the state by state. Now, the show coming up right after this show is Overnight's Crypto. It's a hit show on this channel, a blockbuster of viewership. 15-hour to 12-hour show, and 2 nights ago, COD dropped into the live chat. He was the same as the viewer over on Friday before Memorial Day weekend. Jumped to the live chat not to talk about crypto, but to share information with you for this broadcast. Said, tell the viewers I got my refund check from IRS to tell them to stay positive, and I got my direct deposit. So thank you, COD. Thank you to the other viewers that continually help one another on this channel. That is the spirit of the Purple Power. Let's go over this incredible money. First, how much are you going to get, when you're going to get it, how you get it, and routing times for it. Let's get to the details. First, what is this? This is the money you paid to IRS for that 2020 unemployment benefits that you are getting back. So congratulations. Let's go over an example. Let's say you had $10,000 of unemployment benefits. You paid $5,000 in total taxes to IRS, of which $4,000 was your taxes on unemployment benefits. Congratulations. You're getting those $4,000 back from IRS. Next, how? Direct deposit, if that's what you had set up on that account like COD, or in the mailbox with a mailed check for everyone else. Be careful going through that mailbox. Go razor thin, go surgically slow, because that check and that envelope is razor thin. Then when? The month of June. Finally, how to track? Yes, go to irs.gov. Set up a username and password, go in there, do a transcript search, and 70% of the time it works. And there you go. A lot of money for you. What could be better than that? The incredible breaking news about your fourth stimulus. The President of the United States yesterday hatched a major deal for fourth stimulus, part of the fourth stimulus package that he had been talking about since day one as anchoring fourth stimulus to the finish line. Now it's been passed. This coming week, he's going to sign into law in person, and it anchors fourth stimulus to the finish line. I'll be going over what that is starting right now. But first, let's understand how we got to that point, because it's important to know. The Friday before Memorial Day weekend, Chuck Schumer confirmed 3 of the details I've been reporting on this channel. Number 1, the reconciliation process is already underway for fourth stimulus. Number 2, the recon process will be done by July 4th. Number 3, the recon process will not be held up by bipartisan negotiations about the president. Then, how did we get to that step? Well, Jalapal had reached out to Leader Schumer and had written him a letter saying, call the vote, Chuck. Call the vote. Now, why did Jalapal say that? Because there was no reason not to call the vote. And the letter was co-signed by 12 House Democrats. It gets better. Those 12 House Democrats who co-signed the letter are among the 100 House Democrats who wrote the president a letter saying, put stimulus checks into the fourth stimulus package. We will do that. And we will put Jalapal's bill into the fourth stimulus package. Wow. And so now they're writing Schumer a letter about the same thing. Oh, boy. Can it get better than that? It does. Last Friday, 7 House Democrats wrote the president a letter saying, we will work with you to put those monthly stimulus checks into the fourth stimulus package. Now, work with you is a euphemism because the president doesn't write legislation. These people do. But who are these people? These are the people who are on the House subcommittee that is solely and exclusively responsible for writing stimulus checks. They wrote the first stimulus check. They wrote the second stimulus check. They wrote the third stimulus check. And now they're saying they're writing the fourth stimulus check. Which brings us some incredible great news that happened on Saturday. It started back on a Tuesday recently where I would talk to you about that Tuesday breaking news and how wonderful it was. I said it was a little complicated and I needed to slow it down. Let's go back over what that was. The forced stimulus is paid for by raising the U.S. corporate tax rate, currently at 21%, to a higher rate. The president was initially higher and then brought it down lower to appease moderate Democrats. But the president also did something else, which he had said since day one for forced stimulus, that'll be passed by getting the global corporate tax rate to 15%. That way he won't have to worry about businesses leaving the United States if he raises the U.S. corporate tax rate. And I told you on a recent Tuesday, the president had gotten the G7 country leaders across the globe to tentatively agree to it. Good news, but it got better. The president had told insiders later that day that if that is the case and they sign on the dotted line, that once they do, he will go back and get them to sign on the dotted line after forced stimulus becomes law. Well, what happened? Oh boy, drum roll. Well, what happened was the excitement unfolded on Friday. When I told you I had heard that the president was meeting with the G7 countries' leaders on Saturday, I thought, that's weird. What is he meeting with them about? And then I said to you on Friday, stay with this channel because I expect something strange to happen on Saturday morning. And then it happened. The president announced Saturday morning that he had consummated a deal with the G7 leaders that will be signed into law in person this week to raise the global minimum tax rate to 15%. Now? Yes, now. This is huge. Because suddenly what the president was going to use to anchor the forced stimulus to the finish line after it became law is now being done before forced stimulus becomes law. In essence, anchoring it harder and stronger to the finish line by saying, here's the thought, here's the process that gets forced stimulus done, and I'm going to get it done first before we get forced stimulus finalized in the House and Senate. This is absolutely wonderful, wonderful news. And that's what happened on Saturday morning. Now, the only thing better than that is rent, utilities, free internet, and free food. And if you're having problems finding it, reach out to the volunteers. They are salt of the earth. They are there to help you get that rent and utilities and mortgage assistance because this is how we do it on this channel. Viewers helping viewers. That's what they do. They have stepped forward as viewers to help you get their money. Because ultimately, we aren't tracking checks on this channel. We're cashing checks. We aren't donut gals or donut guys that say, just tell me when that stimulus check gets in your hand. No, because it ain't in your hand until it's actually law, and it ain't law yet. So you want to get as much money as you can get from every single thing else that's law, and it starts right now. Open the description of this video. Go down to where you find the volunteers. There's a link to the volunteers page, the community page, news.la.com/community. It says community page with an emoji of a house. Click it. Then it sends you over to a web page with a picture of some kitty cats, news.la.com/community. Go down the page and you'll see the volunteers separated from Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Reach out to them and they'll help you get that money. And I'll be back in 60 seconds with you with big exciting news still about forced stimulus in our third part of this report and also this stimulus. Stay with me. I'll be back in 60 seconds. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues right now on Evenings LALATE as we continue with more details about your fourth stimulus check and fifth stimulus package. How are you? It's a big night across the board, and I am really excited for you. How's the weather where you are? Tell me where you're tuning in from. Hope it is wonderful and breezy, easy breezy. Hope you join me all next week. We'll have a lot of exciting shows on this channel. Subscribe. I don't want you to miss a single video across the board. Also, like this video and consider becoming a member. Coming up next is Evenings Crypto and then Overnight's Crypto. Stay with this video. It takes you automatically to each of the shows at a time. Evenings Crypto is at 7 o'clock and Overnight's Crypto falls right after the show. But first, let's jump into fifth stimulus and what you need to know about that fifth stimulus package. The fifth stimulus raises up your benefits this fall. It's the incredible relief that you need, and we're going to go over all the details starting right now. So fifth stimulus raises up your benefits, then removes the asset limit, adds an inflationary benchmark, then it removes the income exclusion and removes the marriage penalty. Let's go over what that means. Not Amazon, but you know what I mean. There you go. Let's go over what that means so you understand how it works and the breaking news that we're expecting for this next week. First, they're going to raise up your benefits across the board. So who is this? This is you. If you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, Veterans benefits, Survivor benefits, SSA or multiple benefits, they're going to raise those benefits up one big time. Next, they can apply a benchmark. That benchmark is inflation. A lot more than Elizabeth Warren was ever going to give you. She was going to use CPIE. Inflation is expected to be at the highest rate of its generation this fall, this Christmas. And if that's the case, your benefits will really zoom. Why? Because once you step up, you never step down. So let's go over an example. Let's say the inflation rate is 6% this December. Your benefits would step up one time, and then they would apply the benchmark. Let's say it's 6%. Bam, you'd step up an additional 6%. But not just next year. Lifetime. It is wonderful, wonderful news. Then the benchmark would never step down. So you'd always be at plus 6%. The year after that, the inflation rate is 0, you're still at plus 6%. Year after that, the inflation rate is 2%, then you're plus 6, plus 2%. Wonderful news. Then they're going to remove the asset cap, dating back to a 1980s law that says you can't stay on benefits and have more than $3,000 in hand. Time to get those stimulus checks in your hand. And then they'll remove the income exclusion. It prevents you from getting money and for income and also staying on benefits. And finally, they'll get rid of that horrible marriage penalty. It penalizes you if you're married and prevents you from getting married. So finally, love is going to win, and you will be able to marry your longtime love interest and get those benefits. Now, there's a lot of other things that are in fifth stimulus besides that. And there's a lot of other money in fourth stimulus that is yours to get. And there's a lot of money under third stimulus law that is yours to have. But you don't know what they are unless someone tells you, because most of them are application-based. They're not automatic. So it's important to consider becoming a member, because as a member, you get sent to you every day from me on the community page at YouTube, a breakdown of what's in fourth stimulus, fifth stimulus, and third stimulus. So you make sure that you get all the money you're entitled to get. So consider becoming a member. The link's at the top of the chat and pin comment. And with that, now let's cut back to fourth stimulus and understand how exciting certain things are, and also understand where we're heading with fourth stimulus. First, we need to understand calling the vote. Calling the vote is one of the most important factors when considering reconciliation, because there's 9 steps to vote for reconciliation. And those 9 steps are required under the Constitution. No place to cut corners on this one. Let's go over the 9 steps. The first half are procedural. The second half are substantive. Step 1, the House subcommittee calls a procedural vote. Step 2, the House floor calls a procedural vote. Step 3, the Senate calls a procedural vote. And step 4, the President signs into law the procedural bill. At this point, the tow truck has passed over the finish line. Time to now do the tow hitch, the substantive bill. The House subcommittee at step 5 works on the substantive bill. It's at this point they could put those monthly stimulus checks in there. Step 6, the House floor votes on the substantive bill. Off to the Senate. Step 7 and step 8 are the 2-day vote-a-rama in the Senate. At that point, the senators can amend anything they're given from the House. Let's say the House had no stimulus checks. Senators could amend and put them in there. Let's say the House did have stimulus checks. Senators can leave it alone or amend it. And then step 9, the president signs into law. Those are the 9 steps you need to know. Next, let's go over what you need to know as we go into a new morning so that you are informed about everything that's involved with the process from A to Z. First, you cannot be a donut guy or an anti-donut guy. A donut guy is a guy that just presumes that even proposed legislation will become a law and that you're going to get paid. Boy, we've seen that already. These legislators pass laws and people never get paid. They propose bills and then they don't actually vote on them. Or they propose things for bills and then they don't even write the bill. So you can't ever assume anything. You have to push purple power. On the other hand, you can't be an anti-donut guy, which says it's not in there because there's nothing for there to be at this point. We have emojis for that. It's not bill yet. It's not law yet. In fact, in the case of the reconciliation process, you already know that answer. The final 48 hours is the reconciliation vote-a-rama in the Senate. There can literally be almost nothing in the bill when it gets to the Senate, and they could literally pour an entire 20-gallon of provisions into it during the vote-a-rama. That's how the vote-a-rama works. Next, it's important to know how and when people are doing things over the next few weeks. So if you were with me in 2020, you saw me make enough humor videos about the expression in session. People take the expression in session to mean that people are out of town in the South Pacific, sipping a Mai Tai in the jacuzzi. No, out of session means they're just down the hall. Literally just down the hall. What does that in session mean? In session means that the House is not open for voting on the session floor and that the Senate floor is not open for voting. It doesn't mean they're out of town. It doesn't mean they're not in the building. In fact, they are in the building and they are working in subcommittees. In fact, we learned throughout 2020, subcommittees continue to work even when Senates and Houses are not in session. They continue working around the clock. The difference is when Congress is on a congressional vacation, when the entire Senate session ends. The Senate session ends in the summer, and yeah, they do go away until about September. But between now and July, they aren't out of town. They're working on things in subcommittees. Finally, it's important to push purple power because ultimately, these legislators often promise things, but then don't deliver. They often have said they're going to do things and then they fold like lawn chairs. They pass legislation and no one seems to get paid. Or they say they're going to do something in a bill and they don't call the bill for a vote. So share these videos on social media, hashtag MSC, hashtag Purple Power. Tag your elected officials, make sure you push, because nothing is ever granted until it's actually signed into law. We have emojis for that. Not bill yet, not law yet. Finally, anything else that you need to know? Yes, so that when you're going through this reconciliation process, it is not a transparent process. It is not a process that people have press releases every 10 seconds. It's not an event that the people have press conferences every 10 seconds. And in some cases, they try to stay away from press because they don't want you to know what it is until they get it approved. That they anticipate so much resistance from the opposing party that in some cases, they keep it a secret. As much as they can keep it a secret. So you need to push because ultimately they're not going to be telling and showing all their cards all along throughout the process until we're to the finish line. And finally, of course, as you know, legislators legislate, not the president. President has no say in the legislation except the veto power. And the president's not going to veto a bill that has everything he wants in there if they added something extra, which isn't something that he called for. It's just an add-on. That's how add-ons work. The president doesn't like the add-on, he'll veto the bill. But if it has everything he wants in the bill, he's not going to veto an add-on. And that is how your fourth stimulus package works. Two-step, two-bill, two-month process already underway, out the door, and finalized by July 4th. But finally, remember that these are their representations. These are what legislators are promising to you. I can make a whole list of everything legislators have promised to you. Bernie Sanders promising to hold up the stimulus check vote in fall of 2020 unless he got $2,000 stimulus checks in December. He didn't. He folded like a lawn chair. The Cash Act, them promising to pay $3,400 to adult dependents. They didn't. They didn't call for a vote. They stopped it. Or anything else early in the year where they promised something, even down to the final voting minute, and didn't come through. Of course, they surprised us with great news across the board. They surprised us with the first $10,200 of unemployment benefits being totally tax-free. They had never told anyone that was Cloak and Dagger, that was Votorama. They work a mercurial way, and ultimately, all I can do is report what they indicate. And there you go. It's a big night, and next up is evening's crypto. No, next up is overnight's crypto. Then we go into evening's crypto. So make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. Make sure you like the videos. And if you missed Afternoons LALATE before this one, go watch it. Coming up next is The Excitement Continues. But for now, subscribe. Also, like this video and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. I'll see you on overnight's crypto, a 12-hour broadcast with a lot of fun and a lot of exciting details. Stay with me all this coming week because the excitement heats up. Don't forget to push. Don't forget to push for everything you are owed under forced stimulus. Never fold like a lawn chair because, I mean, who does that? We don't fold like a lawn chair. Stay informed, stay focused, have a beautiful evening, and stay with LALATE.